Hi, this is Ray. Today I am gonna be playing Bitburner, a game about hacking, coding, joining multiple criminal organizations for activism purposes, working as an IT worker from an office, more hacking. Welcome to Bitburner, a cyberpunk-themed incremental set on the year 2077. This is the terminal, where you will be typing commands and doing many actions. For example, when using scan analyze, we will get a list of nearby servers and information of them.
But how do we hack them? By using connect in the server name, we can connect to it, then use analyze to get its stats.
Usually servers require you to open one or multiple ports to gain access, but this one has no security.
This means we can nuke it already and gain control over it, allowing us to run scripts. Now we introduce the three main commands when hacking servers. Hacking for obtaining money.
Grow for fooling people into putting more money on the server.
And weaken for reducing the security of the server so we can act faster.
But all of this is manual work and I am lazy. So let's go back to our home server and begin scripting. The tutorial gives you a very simple script. It hacks permanently the server N00DLS and that's it.
So we copy it and turn it on by using run plus the name of it.
On the active scripts menu we can see multiple types of information to monitor them. The servers where there is something or is running. How much RAM is being used.
Money generated, RAM consumed, how long the script has been running,
and even the individual logs of each script to know exactly what they are doing on real time. The game has its own documentation in case you get lost. That way you can try to solve things without external help. However, I recommend having a text file or in-game file and write commands along as you use them with example and description, since it's more convenient. Now that the tutorial is done, I decided to go into my save file and do a soft reset.
And so we begin to code our first script, worker1.js. But what exactly do we want it to do and how complex?
There's mainly three categories of scripts: dumb, medium, and smart, depending on how complex they are. I decided to aim for a medium script, since they can be made right from the start of the game. The first thing I decided that it had to do is to know where it is.
For this, I made a constant for the function getHostName, called host.
After that, I added more constants with information that I wanted the script to have, like the amount of RAM available and others. After that, I begin to make other constants. This ones use the information collected and make basic operations with them. I do it this way mostly for organization in case something needs to be changed after. Only now I begin to write the conditions to do the things I want it to do. But do I want it to do? This script's purpose will be hacking an efficient way and being able to self-replicate if possible.
Imagine a guy with a pickaxe mining stone. First he will look around to see if more miners can fit. If more miners can fit, he will call for them, and after that it will begin to mine with them. We do this by calculating with the total amount of RAM necessary for itself and the amount of RAM available on the server it's into.
Now I begin to code the three main conditions related to hacking. First, a calculation to keep the security of the server close to the minimum, so our scripts can work fast.
Then, the second condition. If the money gets under a certain amount, it will grow to add more money to the server.
Only when these two conditions are an acceptable amount, the main function of the script can happen, hacking the server.
After completing it and doing some changes, we save and send the first version to the N00DLS server and try to run it. After troubleshooting for 15 minutes by fixing typos and wrong terminology, I managed to make it work for the first time without errors. Now we monitor it to make sure everything works properly, which it wasn't.
For some reason the function for growing was not appearing, so I decided to test everything by printing the result of the operations and what it was doing.
And after running the script, we figure out it is in fact a problem with one of the operations. After fuking around with the operation and modifying the script for another 30 minutes, we ship it this time to a sous shop for testing.
And now hopefully everything should work properly. But just in case, I decided to let it run and surveil the logs to see if anything weird could happen.
After confirming that everything worked, I removed the tprint functions since they were no longer necessary, and removed some stops I had added to the script to make it go twice as slow to see the logs more easily. After this, we'd do a final round of testing and my job for today's finished.